You know, I've gotten used to the Lifeway by now. It's nice. Really easy to edit, too. So, what's on the agenda for this week? Really? We're actually talking about the show? Awesome! We can finally talk about the show, finally, in the dark side. So, Starlight Glimmer, it's kind of hard to... She's not Sunset Shimmer! It's hard not to... Sunset's better! It's hard. Why are you wasting our time? Sunset's better! Okay, that's it! As I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted, I can't feel anything. It's hard not to talk about Starlight Glimmer without talking about her much more popular Equestria Girls counterpart, Sunset Shimmer. Now, on the one hand, Sunset really is a great character. She's a perfect example of a villain getting reformed and going on a hero's journey. And I'll just say it, her journey is actually much better than Luna's. Don't get me wrong, I love Luna. However, I like her because she's an example of dark is not evil in a show where it would have been so easy to point to darkness as being nothing but. However, as a reformed villain, Luna's journey was quick. Sunset's journey wasn't. Her journey was honestly more realistic. She went from a villain to a person who wants to make up for a mistake, but finding forgiveness does not come easy, to a hero. It's a nice, complete journey. However, that's the thing. It's a nice, complete journey. Sunset's redemption story has reached its conclusion. Now all that's left is for her story as a hero. Starlight's story is, as of yet, not finished. She just got redeemed, if admittedly too easily of a fashion, we'll get to that, but her redemption story is still starting. So I think the comparisons to Sunset are kind of unfair. Starlight is having her own journey. We should see where it goes before we just complain about her not being Sunset Shimmer. I'm okay with what they're doing. However, let's talk about Starlight herself, both as a hero and as a villain. I'll get to her being a hero later. As a villain, she was a great foil for Twilight. She was under the belief that cutie marks are evil and with special talents that ruin lives. Equality was the only reasonable solution, which is a great contrast to Twilight and the other members of the main six who all had their cutie marks tied together and loved their special talents. Many have seen her villainous role as a comparison to modern dictatorships or communism, which is easy to see. However, I agree with Silver Quill. She's more of a cult leader than anything. By the way, how are we talking about cults, communists, and dictators in a show about pastel-colored horses? Sometimes I just love this fandom. Anyways, getting back to Starlight's villainous role, look how much control she had. Look how much her followers believed her. Cult leaders often lead others to following their doctrine by making things sound friendlier than they actually are. Some cult leaders even make acts of violence sound like a great idea. Now look at villain Starlight. She knows she's in charge. She knows she has the power. She also truly believed in her cause and forced her beliefs on others, until she was ultimately defeated. But even then, it's clear that in her return, that she still held on to that belief. Many of us wondered what made her that way. My theory always was she was picked on for not having a special talent for years, even into adulthood, and it morphed her worldview. Many of us were invested and really want to know what made her that way. Well, we finally got our answer. And what was her reason? Her friend moved away to Celestia's magic school without her. That's it. Now, I, along with many of the fandom, felt this was a rather weak motivation for becoming what she was. At first. However, eventually I got the point. And to gain the point, I started to actually accept it more and more. Have you ever heard the phrase, the smallest act of kindness can often have the biggest impact? Sometimes the smallest action, say opening a door for someone, can do incredible things. I know firsthand, a little act of kindness is why this video even exists. The same applies the other way. Sometimes the simplest misfortune can lead to disastrous consequences. Eventually, I kind of see Starlight as someone who operates in extremes. However, even though I started to accept that, I did think there should have been some form of punishment for her instead of, Twilight making her new pupil, which was weird. On the other hand, though, she seems to be improving as the season goes on. Sure, they had two, what I think to be very well done episodes, The subplot with her and Sunburst in the christening was wonderful, and that breakdown when she finally tells Sunburst what she was been up to, that got me. No Second Francis is probably one of the best episodes this show has ever done, as Starlight and Trixie's bond was amazing, and Twilight's protection of Starlight was well shown, even if it was misplaced. So yeah, season 6 has kind of made me grow on Starlight being the pony to make the main 6 the main 7. Starlight has great potential as a character. Redemption stories are always fun to see. It's always fun to see a villain try to mend their evil ways, and with the teaser footage that was shown for the second half of season 6, it looks like she's not going to be alone. She has a character that honestly feels like it has a lot of growth to explore, and it's going to be interesting to see what the show does to develop it. Oh, hi Starlight. How'd you get here? Wait, what are you... My castle? You got my castle back? Thank you! I guess there's only one thing left to do. That's all I have to say. Creature of the Night, out.